Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy StumpD back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're over here on the Japanese side of the game for the new Treasuremap Onigashima Luffy that has just debuted as of about an hour ago. So in today's video, we are going to be testing those teams that I did put together, and I do have to say, some things have changed drastically. Team 1, I've completely revamped from my actual playthrough video. So we are going to sort of take a walkthrough and check out the new structure of Japanese treasure map. Now, with the new structure, basically, it's very similar to Kizuna in the sense that for each mini-boss, there are only 3 fights. And for each mini-boss, you actually get boosted units. So, particular characters will actually get their cooldowns, which actually makes the fights a little bit smoother. So, unfortunately for me, my internet has just been really choppy lately, so I do apologize of the quality of the video. It just hasn't been running to where I need it to be. I haven't been able to stream. I haven't been able to do anything like that. So I do apologize. But the idea of today's video is just to sort of check out the new system. Now, like I said, it is very similar to Kizuna in the sense that there's only 3 fights. You get cooldowns for particular classes and colors at the start of the fight. But do not stress, as it's still very easy to stall if you guys don't have those boosted characters. However, the big downside that I have found, and am finding, is you are going to be getting less limit break materials from the actual fights. So it means that you're going to be moving around the map, but it is going to make getting to that 10 million points a lot easier. So we are at the intrusion battle fight against Jinbe, and for this particular fight, Int and Dex characters get their cooldowns. On stage 2, we come up against Law, who gives us a full board of block orbs and locks them, as also rolling back our crewmate specials by 1 turn. So you can use X-Drake to actually get those cooldowns if you need to. But as long as you bring a Yamato friend captain, you will be in good stead here, as you can actually use Yamato to give us a full board of Wano orbs. And because Law actually locks them, it works really, really nicely. We can then switch with our page 1 ulti, and we can take out Law. Once again, I do apologize for the quality of the video. As soon as lockdown ends, the first thing I'm doing is calling my internet provider, and I am sorting out what the hell is going on here so I can start streaming and stuff again. But like, even sort of just like mirroring my screen on the same internet is just becoming a bit of a struggle. On to the final stage against Jinbe. He has 1 turn of a 3-hit perfect barrier, so that's why X-Drake's really, really good, because he can remove that. We do need to get around the 2 turns of bind and the 5 turns of paralysis, so the Zoro is really, really good at doing that. But you could replace Zoro with someone to remove paralysis and then use a support to get around despair. And then the treasure map boosted Sanji is going to remove the resilience. If you don't have this Sanji, you can use like Kizuna, Invincov. You can use Arena, what's his name? Arena Mihawk is another really, really good option for you guys as well, as they are int and Dex units. You also have what's his name? Kizaru as your cooldowns as well, but that X-Drake's free to play, so most of you guys should have him. And as you guys saw there, page 1 ulti is completely replaceable in this particular team, so you could easily put another paralysis remover or a despair remover to get around that as well. So that was the ambush. Like I said, as long as you bring a friend Yamato, you will be fine, basically. The X-Drake's really, really good for it, and as long as you get around despair and paralysis removal, you will be hunky-dory. So we are going to move on to the mini-boss fight against Brook now, as he's literally just sitting right there. As for the new structure, for the meantime, I am a fan of it. As you can see, like, the map is actually pretty interesting. I will just have a bit of a scan of the map for you guys. As you can see, you can go to the left and you can get some, like, points. The middle is going to help you move around a bit quicker. And then there is a map where you can actually go to get either the meat and a bunch of chests and a bunch of mini-bosses. Or you can just sort of cut through the middle and you can make it really quick. So they have made treasure map a bit more vibrant in my eyes. It means that you can either just go your certain way or you can prioritize things. Moving on to the Brook mini-boss fight now, I was using the Straw Hats as my legend, as my captain, but I did need to use Straw Hats for the Nami team here because Nami has like 12 turns of defense up, which is very, very annoying. So what I've done here is I've actually moved Reiju to this particular team because Stussy and Morgans are actually the 2 recommended characters. I thought moving Reiju to this particular team, because it's basically Cerebral Powerhouse built, would work a little bit nicer. But unfortunately, that means that I did have to replace her on the Vivi team. But that shouldn't matter too much. Because we are running a full Cerebral Powerhouse team, we actually can get the super typing of Reiju as well. And as you guys will see here, like, we can easily get, like, our cooldowns with our Reiju, as she is significantly boosted as well. And if you guys need to stall, like, 1 extra turn to get her cooldown, you definitely can do that. They give you a bunch of turtles and stuff too. And the idea is obviously you lose the 4 turns of cooldown, like, from the stages. But it really doesn't matter that much because you can actually just use those turns to stall on the turtles anyway. So we can remove the Despair with the Morgan special. We can remove the attack down with our... What's her name? Our Koala. And then we can actually get an attack boost with our... an orb boost with our Reiju, as Reiju's super typing is in effect. Like I said, you can stall out 1 more turn for Reiju's special for an attack boost as well. If you have Karku, you can use Karku to remove the attack down. But the big thing here, besides bringing Morgans, who's a free-to-play unit, is just a way to get around that attack down, and you should be hunky-dory. So that was the fight against Brook now. Let's move on, and let's keep it moving, and we'll just sort of showcase the whole treasure map, because it is good to sort of just get a feel for the actual new maps. We could just slide over to... Oh, no, we can't because we are just 1 short. We will go towards Nami, actually. That Nami route has the meat. I always like to go... The way I always like to take is towards wherever the bento box is. So then that way you can actually get yourself some more sailing stamina, which is really, really nice. We managed to get the movement as well. And obviously with the less boss stages, which means less limit break materials, we do want to try and pick up some of those boxes as well. So onto the Nami stage now. This is the team that I am looking at using. Obviously Kaido, Oven, they're both replaceable, but utilizing Straw Hats as well as the Mihawk unit is going to allow us to remove like 15 turns of defense up, which is really, really good. Now, if you are missing the Straw Hat Legend, I would highly recommend just bringing a friend Captain Straw Hat Legend, and then bringing another character that can remove defense up. I didn't really look into it too much to see what other characters can do that. I just sort of slapped on a bunch of other boosters once I realized that I had enough to actually take this down. But the beautiful thing about the Nami fight is that we actually get 5 turns of cooldowns to all units. So you can pretty much just slap on whoever you want on this particular team, and you can sort of make your way through this fight easy peasy. The beautiful thing about the Straw Hats too is they're a rainbow captain, so we will be in good stead here, and we don't have to worry about it too much. Once we hit the Nami stage, she puts up 12 turns of defense up, so we can use the first Straw Hat special to remove 5 turns of that. We can use the second Straw Hat special to remove another 5 turns. And the beautiful thing about Straw Hats is they actually give color affinity and an attack boost as well, which is really, really nice. And then with the Mihawk special, we can actually get an a chain lock as well. Once we've done that, we're super effective against all types here, and we can just easily take out Nami. Once Nami dies, she does like a bunch of damage as well. So that damage reduction that the Straw Hats gives is actually really, really good. So Straw Hats are pretty much like the recommended character. They don't say it, but like it's definitely the recommended character for this. So I would highly recommend bringing a friend and then bringing that Arena Mihawk, who is a free-to-play character as well, guys. So hopefully you can farm him up. But like I said, the Oven, the Bello Betty, and the Kaido, I just chucked them on for the sake of it. I mainly put Oven on there so I can just start like building up his limit break. And I'll probably look at doing that with some other units as well. Bello Betty's a 1.35 times booster, so I'm going to leave her there as well, just for some more points. But as for Kaido, I'll probably look at replacing Kaido with another character that just needs limit break potions, as I don't really want to be wasting those. Wow, did you actually do that? Wow, okay. Okay. Alright, so we've taken out a couple of mini-bosses. You guys have had a feel for the map now. I'm a big fan of this new structure, to be honest, because the stalling's not that tricky. And it makes things a bit more intricate when it comes to team building. On to the next fight now. We're coming up against Sanji. Now, this team has changed a little bit. Obviously, we have taken Reiju off, and we just added Toki because she's a 1.35 booster. But to get around the block orbs, what I've actually done here, I've actually used 6+ Carrot. Now, my Carrot doesn't have any special levels, and if she did, I could easily get the cooldowns for this particular fight. With Brule as a support, though, Brule is going to give some cooldowns to Carrot as well. But really, the only reason I brought her was just so I could actually just get access to the block orb manipulation. The downside here is I was actually meant to use the Vivi special on the turn before that. And that way I could actually just get like an orb boost coming into this stage. But it's still early stages, and just Vivi's just going to go absolutely burr and just take out Sanji anyway. But obviously with her amazing orb boost, and if you can use the other Vivi to extend that orb boost, like you're just going to do so much damage on this particular stage, and literally just by using Brûlée, it works really, really nicely. But if you do have your Carrot Max special leveled, you should be able to get the Carrot special, get the cooldowns, and then use the VV special anyway. But like I said, I just haven't leveled my Carrot up. I just really wanted to show this off first, and then I'll go back and level up my Carrot later. I actually hadn't even super evolved my Carrot until this particular fight. I just thought, hey, that Brûlée support could actually come clutch here. Moving on to the Zoro fight now, we are using a Big Dog Quailin team. As mentioned with this particular team, you just really need to bring a friend page 1 ulti and you will be fine. We do have the whole batch of the Yamato batch as well as X-Drake on this particular fight. X-Drake's pretty much the only one that's like really, really good for this, as well as page 1 ulti. So the rest of the team, you can kind of just fill out with any boosters you like, as long as they're obviously driven in Powerhouse to satisfy the ulti conditions. You could easily just use X-Drake as your captain, as long as you're bringing your friend page 1 ulti, like, and you have X-Drake on your team, like, you're going to be in good stead here. The thing with Zoro is he turns into either a Dex, or he turns into, he turns into a Strength, or he turns into, he turns into a, Quick, or he turns into a Strength unit. So that's why bringing page 1 ulti is just so damn good, as you can easily just get around both the typings, and you don't have to worry about it too much. So for this particular typing, Zoro turned into a, Quick unit. Zoro actually has 5 turns of Threshold as well. That is something to note. So Sasuke's really, really good here. But you can easily just bring any other character that can remove the Threshold. X-Drake's great because he can remove the barrier, which is really, really nice. Page 1 ulti, when things start to get a little bit more, like, high duty, we are going to end up doing, like, we are going to need their special. But once you get them in their dual form, you can actually just get their end of turn damage and then just absolutely decimate Zoro anyway. So this team's not going to have any issues. Like I said, as long as you bring the X-Drake friend page 1 ulti and a way of getting around Threshold, you guys will be absolutely fine in terms of actually taking this fight down. Sasuke's a really good option. If you don't have, if you have Stussy, like, you could use Stussy on this particular team as well. She's really good for the other stage though, as she's recommended. But like I said, anyone on the boosted list that can remove like 5 turns of Threshold is going to be a go for there. Moving on to the final boss fight now against Luffy. The recommended character is Lucci as our captain. Because we did manage to pick up Zoro as well as having Lucci ourselves, we can actually run this beautiful bastard of a team. If you guys are missing Lucci yourselves, just bring a friend Lucci. Friend Lucci's like, unfortunately, like, not replaceable for this fight, which kind of sucks, and I don't like that they do that on treasure maps. But it is what it is. I guess you could do some shenanigans with the Straw Hats, but obviously the Straw Hats are really good for the Nami fight. And the fact that there's like 2 stages that have like over 10 turns of defense up just makes it really, really tricky when it comes to team building. With this fight, Int and Dex units get their cooldowns. So that way you want to build teams around that. Once we hit Kid on stage 2, he has a barrier. 4 Dex or barrier. So this is why having someone like Zoro is really, really good here. But you could easily use X-Drake on this particular fight as well. If you're not using X-Drake on the other stage, the page 1 ulti stage. X-Drake's probably more viable here if you are missing Zoro. As Zoro can easily just remove that barrier, which is really, really nice. And once we've done that, we can sort of just take out Kid. Just be mindful you can only tap 5 times on this particular stage. But as long as you have 1 Wano orb somewhere, like, you are going to be absolutely fine. Like, just ridiculously fine. If you don't have Yamato yourself, you do want to just try and find a way to rotate block orbs. The Invicov, the Kazuna Invicov is a really, really good option. And someone else. There's another unit that I'm forgetting. I can't remember now. But once we hit the final stage against Luffy, he binds our top row and gives us 4 turns of special bind, as well as putting up 10 turns of defense up. This treasure map is actually pretty, like, it's a pretty tricky treasure map. Once we have Kizaru here, Kizaru is going to remove the special bind, which is really, really nice. We have Sanji to get around the G, Bomb, or Tandem Orbs. And with the support of Valentine's Nami, we can get around the bind. We can finish it off with the special of Lucci to remove that 10 turns of defense up and give ourselves a massive orb boost for our Dex, Powerhouse, and Fighter units. And with that, Bob's your uncle. We can say goodbye to Luffy. So that's going to wrap up today's video. Like I mentioned, the new structure I'm a huge fan of. But this particular treasure map, like, it actually sucks. Like, I'm not going to lie. We haven't had a treasure map that's this bad in so long. And it's not that, like, the units are bad or the structure's bad. It's just the fact that the boosted list makes it really, really tricky to actually build teams. And I don't know if that's for everyone, because, like, my account's fairly new, but I, being a whale, obviously didn't have too many issues, but trying to find other alternatives, I did find it a little bit challenging. But let me know what you thought in the comment section below, and while you're down there, don't forget to smash that like button for me if you're new to the channel too. Hit that big red subscribe button. But guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Let's...